Hi and welcome to another video in my Photoshop Essential Skills series. Everything you need to know to get you well and truly started on your journey of discovery with Photoshop. In this video we're going to be exploring the Content Aware Move tool. Now don't forget, if you're a fan of the printed page, there is a free book to accompany the video. Just click on the link in the More section under the video to download it. Okay, let's dig in. Well, it's what I call a repair tool, so it's here, it's stacked underneath. If you press and hold the spot healing brush tool, it's underneath the tool here. There we go. Now let's just take a moment and just have a look at some of the options in the tool options bar. Now this first one is, again, it's the tool presets. You can make presets for the tool, but at the moment we have not got any. We've then got the selections area. Obviously being able to select an area is important, so we can do it in one selection if we're lucky, or we can add to selection, we can subtract from selection, or we can use an intersect from selection to actually make sure that we get the right area that we want to heal or we want to change. We've got two modes. We've got move or extend. We'll look at the move mode first. And then we've got structure. Now structure, we enter a value between 1 and 7. And it specifies how closely the patch should reflect existing image patterns. If you enter 7, the patch will adhere very strongly to existing image patterns. If you enter a 1, the patch adheres very loosely to the existing image patterns. And we've got colour. Now colour, we enter a value between 0 and 10 to specify the extent to which you want Photoshop to apply colour blending to the patch. If you enter 0, colour blending is disabled. A colour value of 10 means that the maximum colour blending is applied. We've then got sample all layers. I'd like this to be non-destructive, so what we're going to do, we're going to create a layer that we're going to do all this work onto. So it's totally non-destructive and it won't affect the original layer. And then finally we've got transform on drop. Now on many occasions you might want to change the size or the ratio of the destination selection. So this option, if ticked, brings you straight into the transform mode when you release the mouse button. Okay, let's see that in action. Now in many cases you find that you don't really want to remove something from an image, but rather move it around a little bit. Now in this image I might want to move this bird to another part of the image, and to do that it would essentially mean copying that bird onto a different position and then removing the original one. Now we can actually perform both of these steps with a single process using the Content Aware Move tool. So let's see how it works. Now I'm going to start off by creating a separate layer. So here I'll just expand my layers panel a little bit, and I'm going to click on the new layer icon. But I'm going to hold the Alt key down while I click, and that'll bring me up my new layer dialog, and it allows me to rename it. So I'll call this Retouch, and then I'll click OK. Just move that out the way. Right, I'm going to make sure sample all layers is ticked. I'm going to make sure my board's set to move, and I'll just make do with one selection. And I'll leave transform on drop selected just to show you how it works. Okay, now I'm going to make a loose selection around the bird. Back to the beginning, and there we have it. And now I'm going to go inside the selection, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag it out to somewhere down here. And you can see that now as soon as I let go of the mouse button, it puts the transform handles around. So I could, if I wanted, rotate, scale, skew, whatever. On this occasion I don't, so I'm just going to double click to accept that transform. And what will happen now is that it will now take those pixels and blend them out of the area up here and replace the pixels with the pixels I want down here. Now if I press Ctrl and D now, or Command and D if you're on a Mac to deselect that, you'll see that's a pretty seamless transition. Now on the retouch layer, I'll just close that off. You can see if I switch the background layer off now, we've got two areas now that's done two jobs for us. We've basically moved the pixels that we want down to the bottom, and we've replaced it at the top with some content aware sky pixels. That is pretty amazing. Okay, let's just go back a couple of steps. Do edit and step backward, and we'll go back to this position. Now at the moment we've got structure set to 1 and colour set to 0, so I've got a very tight structure and basically no colour blending. I'll turn off transform on drop, and what I'll do is I'll just drag this down to this area here, and then I'll let go, and it'll do the blend. Now let's just have a look if it makes much difference for this kind of image. So that's with a structure of 1. Let's take the structure right up to 7. It's a real-time blend, so you can see it's actually lightened some of these areas up, because I think it's trying to fetch some of these tones down into the blend, and that doesn't look good. So in this case, I think we leave the structure set to 0. We have got a little bit of a halo round, just a tiny bit of a halo, but it's not that bad. Okay, let's try the colour blending, see if that makes any difference. We'll take that right up to 10. Actually, that has made a better difference. Actually, it's brought some of the colour down with it. I'm liking that better. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to press Ctrl and D to accept that, and I'm a happy chappy. Let's have a quick look at that. We'll just turn the background off. Yeah, that's definitely a better blend. So what we've got a very tight structure and a very loose colour blending. Okay, let's have a look at the other mode now. Up on the mode drop box here, we've got two options, move or extend. Let's try extend. Now we'll need another image to look at this, so we'll look at this one. This is an image of some grass. Let's just imagine I want to extend it into this area here. So we'll select the tool again. We've got the content aware move tool, but we're in extend mode now. We'll put the colour back down to 0, and we'll leave the structure at 1. And we'll still have sample all layers. But on this tool, what I'll do, I can click and drag to select an area, so I can click and drag like with a freeform tool, or if I hold the Alt key down, I've got like the polygonal lasso tool action, so I can select in straight lines, and I'll go back round and connect up where I started. So there I've now got my selection. So what I can do now is I can go in the selection, and I can click and drag, and I can actually move that selection out now. So I can line it up right up at the edge there, and then as soon as I let go of the mouse, it'll perform a blend. So if I let go, if you watch this area here, you'll see it'll suddenly change. Bump. And that's a pretty good blend. We've got a bit of a divot going off here. So let's see if the structure will change that at all. Let's go for a high structure. And okay, well, let's go for a slightly lower structure then. See if that gets rid of that divot. And that's a little bit better. I'd probably just crop off that little bit at the bottom now. But you can see if I do a Control and D to deselect that, you'll see it's done a pretty good job of blending all this content in together and extending this grass into a longer area, which is what I wanted. So that's it. The content aware move tool, and we've got the extend option, so we can use it in either move or extend modes. I think that is a pretty awesome tool. Okay, well that's it for this video. I do hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment under the video, or share it with a friend or two. Don't forget to check out the more area under the video for the link to any download files or free ebooks. And please click the subscribe button so when I upload a new video, you are the first to know. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.